Dan, we talk about SOL so many times. Now everybody's talking about BNL, brand new Lions, because that's a game, and Dan Campbell admitted it after the game. So that's a game we probably don't win earlier in the season or even last year, but they're winning those games now. Does it all boil down to just confidence?
I think there's some of that. I think, look, you learn how to win, and I think you get into situations where you've had positive games before where you look at it and you say, okay, we've been here, we can make plays, versus a team that constantly loses that game and you're waiting for something bad to happen. So, look, we always talk about it. You have to learn how to win. I think you have to learn how to react in those situations and be confident in those situations and do your job in those situations and not overreact and worry that your buddy next to you, your teammate next to you, is not going to do his job. It's about trust, confidence, all those things that good teams have that make plays late in games. And I think this team is young, but they're starting to acquire that, and they're starting to figure those things out. So it's I think one of the things that we've seen change with them is the way that they play late in games, but also it's playing a clean game. It's not turning the ball over. 7 or 8 games now in a row they haven't lost the turnover battle. Penalties have kind of cropped up the last 2 games, and they got to get that cleaned up. Minnesota and this one too. But, to your point, Ryan, look, I just think it is when you have been somewhere before and done it successfully, doing really anything in life, when you get there again, you believe you can do it. And if you do it multiple times, your belief is even stronger. So, I believe there's something happening here where these guys just feel comfortable in those situations, or at least comfortable being uncomfortable, that they can get it done.
And Dan Campbell was talking, we played a soundbite earlier in the show, too, about Dan Campbell talking about the young guys. Look, they don't know any better. They're just like, okay, where are we going? Who are we playing? Let's go do it. I mean, these young guys, they don't really care about 65-plus years of baggage. They don't know any better. That's a good thing, right?
That's a great point. And I think that's one of the things that sometimes gets lost in all this is Kirby Joseph doesn't know anything about 2008. He doesn't know anything about Matt Millen. He doesn't know anything about Marty Morningway. He doesn't know anything about anything that happened, other than probably knowing Barry Sanders and all those things. But while you put that uniform on, you have to wear what has happened in the franchise in the past. It doesn't mean that it impacts you or affects you, because you're not aware of most of that. These young guys weren't alive when a lot of the things that we're talking about happened. So, look, I've said it to you before probably. One of my favorite lines was from Sheila Hamp, when she took over the team, and she said, "We can't hide from our past." And I love that, because you know what? It is recognition of where they've been, and you're not trying to just paint some rosy picture that things have gone well, because they haven't.